everyone, my name is Rodney Smith. I'm here with Board Game Geek at Gen Con 2019. I've been joined by Keith from Thunderworks Games.
Hey everybody.
Keith, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Brought with you a game I'm a little familiar with.
Yeah.
This is Cartographers. Give us an overview of how this works. First of all, I will mention, this is also in the role-player universe,
It is, yeah, so this is a standalone game, takes place in the role-player universe. It's kind of like this fantasy world that I've been kind of building over the last few years. And so this is a flip and write game in which cards are being flipped, and then all players are drawing fantasy maps on pieces of paper that look like this.
Yes. A big, giant pad.
So it's
double-sided too, by the way.
So it's 100 sheets and it's double-sided.
Okay.
There's the regular side, and then on the other side there's a big hole in the middle of the map that makes it. You can rip one off, yeah, sure.
Yeah. There we go. Boom.
That makes life a little bit more difficult.
Yes.
Adds some more challenges along the way.
Congests the space a little bit more too, right? Yeah.
It's a small change, but it makes a pretty significant effect on how the game feels. Which is nice to have like a totally kind of a much more different game experience, and there's no new rules. You just know you can't draw here.
Right. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
So Cartographers, everyone gets their own sheet of paper. The game takes place over 4 rounds. Obviously, if you have a board game and there's 4 rounds, you always call them
seasons. Yeah, that's true.
It's required.
Yeah.
And they are spring, summer, fall, and winter, obviously.
Yep.
And then at the end of each round, we're going to be scoring these cards. So these are the scoring cards. There's 16 in the box and 4 are in play at any given game.
Right.
So you know all the scoring conditions before you even start playing. And at the end of the first round, you're going to score A and B. The second round is B and C. Third round is C and D. And the last round is A and D.
So as you're drawing, you're anticipating, like in this round, this is what's going to score.
Right.
But you're also sort of building the future. This is going to get scored again at the very end.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like
to this later.
Right. And if you're in the middle of round 2, you know that this one's already scored once, and this is the last time it's going to score.
Right.
So maybe it makes more sense to push onto ones you're going to score multiple times.
Exactly.
So you can kind of devise a strategy from the very beginning. Due to these cards that are out.
Right.
And then kind of the moment-to-moment gameplay is that these explore cards are flipped out.
Yes.
This is not the best example. We'll do this one instead.
Yeah.
And this one just says you draw this shape. Everyone is going to draw this shape, filling it with this terrain or with that terrain. And there's 6 terrains in the game, something like that.
That's right, yeah.
And those are all dependent. You're taking a look at what these are against the scoring conditions, and everybody's drawing on their map.
Right, because this one, for example, you're going to get points for having connected groups of villages, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go with village here, and I got 4 of them, and I'll try to attach more villages to that later to get that scoring condition, right?
Exactly. So,
or I got this water, which is also going to score me, so maybe I want to do that towards that condition, right? So,
exactly. Or it's like, hey, it's a line. That could be really useful for completing an entire row.
Exactly
so maybe
right. Yeah.
And the other thing is that if you fill all 4 sides of your mountains on your sheet, then you get a coin, which is going to be a victory point at the end of each round. So maybe you want to make
compounding victory point potentially, right?
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things that, like, people sometimes you play these games, wouldn't everyone draw the same thing every time? No, they don't, because we're each going to have a decision, an idea of what we think.
There's a lot of different ways to approach all the problems we have in front of us, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. And so these are getting flipped out. People are drawing shapes in either 1 or 2, and then the other type of cards show that's exactly the same type of card. I should have shuffled this.
I'll help you find one.
Yeah,
I know what you're looking for.
So the other cards
like there's this kind here, right?
Yeah, exactly. This card is going to show you 2 different shapes, but 1 terrain type, so you get to choose. You're choosing between the 2 shapes. And then the interesting piece here is that you can take the one that's going to fill up more spaces, which might help you with some of your cards, or you take the smaller shape and that's going to give you a coin.
And
which
coins are points.
Coins are points.
Yeah.
And points win games, right?
Right.
So, and then there's these ruin cards that come out, which say you're going to flip out another card, but you have to draw the shape on the ruin symbol that's on your sheet. So it's limiting where you can place. Where in general, you can place wherever you want, except when these cards come out. Right. And then like the big hook of the game, I would say, are ambush cards. So each round, you're going to shuffle in 1 ambush card. And then if it comes out, I mean, you can in any game, you can have in between 0 and 4 these ambush cards come out.
Right, because if it doesn't come out during the first round, it stays in. Right. A new one gets added. So now we got 2 in there that could pop it at any time.
I have played games where there was no ambush cards in the entire game.
Really?
And the scores were really high as a result.
I'll bet, yes.
But then sometimes you'll have like 3, like you don't get one in round 1 or 2, and then 3 come out in round 3.
I think these are really a fun addition because when these come out, we then give our sheets to the opponents, right?
Exactly. We're going to pass our sheet to our opponent. and they're going to draw a shape and fill it with the monster terrain, and then it's going to come back to them.
Right. Yeah, you don't lose your sheet. It comes back to you. But now you've got this thing in there that wasn't there before, that they're probably trying to do to mess you up, right?
Yeah. You know, you're obviously, and because adjacent open spaces to the monster terrain at the end of the round are worth negative points. So you're trying to do as much damage to your buddy as you can, like any good gamer would do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, everybody's kind of doing that to each other at the same time. So everybody's getting like the same kind of problem at the same time.
I'm not getting picked on. We're all groaning.
Oh
no! Oh.
Everybody picks on each other at the same time. So those come out, and then you keep playing. You score over 4 rounds, and you add up the final score. That's kind of, I guess that's like, I'm trying to think of any other.
That's essential. I mean, there's nice little touches. You can name it. You can give a title to yourself.
Right.
You can do a little seal.
A crest,
a little crest.
You can name your land that you're exploring. The thing that's kind of nice. They're on a lot of roll and writes that have a lot of interactivity.
Right.
This kind of has that.
It offers that.
I get. People mention to me how much they enjoy that piece.
And not to mention all the different. Every time you play, it's going to be different scoring opportunities out here. So it's going to adjust how you draw your maps. Now, how many players can this play?
So this is limited by the number of sheets in the box and the amount of pencils that you have at your house.
And space and tables and chairs. Right. But really, you can have as many people playing as you want at once. And if you run out of sheets, what happens?
You can always, I've got them free to download on my website.
Okay.
So you can always print your own. And I have had people where they digitize the files and then they project the cards on the wall.
Brilliant.
And they have a room of like 50 people all playing at the same time.
Cool.
It's like a bingo hall or something, but for drawing fantasy maps.
And winning that game, you're gonna feel really good. I just beat 49 other people.
Right. I suspect you might get to the tiebreaker.
You might have a couple ties. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Be fair. And so, sorry, when is this available?
This will be available in retail in mid-September.
Okay, so very soon.
Yeah, so this is available at the show for in limited quantity, and then I'm taking pre-orders on my website at www.thunderworksgames.com, which I'm shipping personally.
Okay.
And then it'll hit retail stores as it makes it through the pipeline, probably in early September. I suspect.
All right, so if this interests you, those are places you can go to find it. Keith, thank you so much for giving us an overview of Cartographers.
No problem.
And all of you, thank you for joining us and watching.